What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to Papa G's house. It's good to have you. Funny episode this week. We get cut off. Thank you, Eskom. But hope you guys enjoy the show. We get cut off a little bit towards the end, but we'll see you next week. Peace.
That's where we're going.
Back in your lives, in your ears, and in your face. Welcome to another episode of Papa G's house. I think it's like episode 103 or something to that effect. Before we get started, always please subscribe to Papa G's house if you can, if you like the content. If you don't, hey, it's all good. Like the video, drop a comment, all that jazz. But looking forward to a good episode. Today we've got the usual co-host, Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III.
Away, Masakant.
Away. And then we've got our good old friend Jared Ronenberg.
What up,
Jared's
yo?
World joining us for this episode. We have so much fun with you that we always just keep bringing you back, dude.
Bro, all the time.
You know, let's go.
It's like he's a regular or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, if you're available and if you want to be a part of the pod, you just give us a shout, or we give you a shout, and it's all over by
and
the
you have to
shouting.
say yes, and then there we go.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, it's great to have you back on the show. Always,
Thanks, bro. It's always good to be back.
I mean, banter for days. I mean, we came off quite a hefty weekend.
What happened?
Well, we were both at a wedding. Our boy Alex Williamson got married to Kay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to the newlyweds. It was a fantastic wedding. I've been harboring so much stress because I was the best man and I had to think for 2-3 weeks before the time about my speech. And that best man speech is stressful, dude. And I hadn't met the majority of his family. You know, you don't really know the crowd sometimes. And, you know, when writing your speech, you got to be a little bit, you know, careful.
I just remember being one of the best men at Ramon's wedding.
Dude, that
speech that I made was hilarious.
Dude, maybe you can even pull up a little snippet of it because it was like, I mean, I think the first word was fuck. Do you remember that?
Yeah, dude, it was great.
I mean, and you got that thing on video. Maybe we should release it as a separate video on the channel. Just to you got to check that speech out. Because
I must say that you flipping killed the speech. Though. It was great.
Thanks,
it was funny, and you look good in terms of speaking. You didn't look nervous, and it went down well.
Dude, I couldn't read the paper because my hand was shaking so hard.
I did see that you put it down at their table.
Do you get nervous with public speaking?
I get nervous before every podcast. I get nervous. I'm just, I don't know. It's because, I mean, I try to hold myself to a high standard at least. I don't always. Mm-hmm. But, you know, with stuff like that, and if you got a crowd of 50 people watching you speak, I want to try and do the best possible job ever, and also try and make it awesome for the groom and the bride and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of stress. And in saying that, I've got a frozen neck, dude. Also, I wore a tie, so it makes me feel, because I got this thick ass neck. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Why does it feel like I'm missing out?
It's an old inside joke.
You can tell them.
He used to tell us back in the day that he had a tall neck, so we called him the giraffe for a while, and now it's just rhino neck.
Yeah, I got that thick neck, dude. Also, wearing a tie, it's like, for everybody else wearing a tie, it's cool because they are able to put that back bit behind in the little sleeve that it's meant for. Me, the thing's this tall because I've got a thick neck and I've got a long torso, and so like wearing a tie, I've always got. It's like I'm wearing a crochet. What are those things called? I don't know.
Oh, yes, those things.
Because it's not a tie. There's always this thing hanging.
Crevasse,
yeah.
Cravat.
Like whatever, hanging to the side. So I'm like, dude, it was a disaster. And then eventually I just took the tie off and I was like...
I guess it didn't help that I chirped you a few times about the tie being so short. And then
the tie wasn't short. It was...
No, I meant it was short on you.
Yeah, well, yeah, the top part at least. Yeah, jeez, man. Because, I mean, I don't like wearing a tie that goes halfway down your torso.
I don't think anyone likes wearing a tie like that.
Well, some people do. It was weird. I mean, no, I'm not going to mention any names, but nothing from this weekend. But like, I know he was putting on a tie, this specific person, And I was like, dude, aren't you going to make your tie longer? He's like, no, I like it like this. I was like, well, okay.
Well, now we're getting into fashion advice here. But from what I could see from the GQ magazines that I did have, where I learned how to do the Windsor knot,
Oh yeah, there we go.
it's like if the tip of your tie is got to meet just by where your belt buckle is.
Exactly.
Correct. That's
100%.
the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people
isn't
like
that
it having
common knowledge?
flapping
Yeah.
against their knob or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that common knowledge?
Yeah, it should be.
Exactly.
I mean,
Or
if
maybe more people should read GQ then.
well, this was GQ when it was actually GQ. Now it's just like a scandal rag.
Oh, yeah, it's just like breaking news.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian
Yeah.
has changed her name to Kim Ye West. Dude, yeah, it's crazy. But you see, we waited too long. What we had done is we had thrown these glasses in the freezer only to test this week's beer of the week, but we obviously took too long. But with that being said, this is a little segment we like to call Beer of the Week. So
Yes.
this week,
Yeah, that one.
so
What did you get? What did you get?
So this week, it was actually one of the cheaper beers, and that wasn't the reason for me purchasing it.
Uh-huh.
It's what was that?
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
Come on. So this week I found these beers.
Sound like Peter Griffin.
Pass it down.
Okay, what is this? Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey,
you go.
bro.
Hey, bro. And
Okay.
I don't know how you pronounce that, but I think that's Al Jas Lager.
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
Or
Lager.
yes, lager.
Yes. I don't know.
Use,
No
maybe.
rainy days, always better together.
Oh,
Yes.
there we go. It's together. There we go.
Who makes this?
But look, there's a little. Remember that that animated movie Sausage Party?
There we go.
There's a
There he
little
is.
sausage
Yeah.
out there, bro. So I don't know what that's all about.
Oh, there we go.
But it's quite a cool packaging and it's quite a cool name, don't you think?
I do like this.
It's got
can.
that old school tattoo kind of style, like the traditional tattoo
Yep.
vibe.
Take a glass.
Merci.
So
Lucy buckets.
Is this
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 is gonna
is
be extremely
imported, eh?
interesting. no, I don't think so. It's A Brew. Listen, where else are
Oh,
you
yeah,
gonna get
true
A Brew
story.
from? Listen, man.
This looks local. Yeah, this looks local. Dude.
But this
But all the ingredients are in
these
a different
glasses are still
language.
very cold.
Why does it say abro.se?
It's not South African.
No.
Look at the ingredients. It's all in, I don't know what language that is.
Let's see where.
Sir Balkans Botten.
Ah, fuck, it's beer. Who
Yep.
cares? Okay.
Is that? It's not. I don't know. I'm not going to even.
Okay, let's see if I get this right now. Okay, pour it flat.
Oh,
And there we go. And now I just feed it up.
That's
to
how
the
you.
lip.
This is how we do it.
Okay,
Look at that.
cool.
Boom.
Okay, so A bro, that's what it looks like.
There we go.
You can't really
Please
see.
cut
it's too
that.
far.
This is how we do it out.
please leave
It's
it
gonna
in.
stay in. It's gonna stay in.
Skull.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Skull.
Okay, well,
sir.
I mean, we're a bit
Yeah.
far, but skull. Okay, we're gonna do a little drive. Oh, look at him. He's
So I had to get the moustache to
Listen,
get
this
the
is
first
the
flavor.
Mike cubic scale rules right here.
It doesn't smell like a normal beer.
It doesn't.
Okay, cool. I'm
Smells
going in.
like
I'm
a
going
beer.
in. Balls deep. That's what my mom said.
Oh, wow. While we're drinking beer, you'd have to mention that.
That's
Ooh,
This is interesting.
it's not bad,
it's very easy drinking.
but yeah. Let me just try it again.
I can't pinpoint what it is about it. There's like, it's bitter, but there's also something sweet in there.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. There is definitely a sweeter aftertaste there.
yeah. I don't know. It tastes like a one of the SAB brewery.
It's
beers.
going flat pretty quickly.
Yeah, it is. I'm also
Is it?
quite upset with the carbonation.
Yeah, I wonder how long this has been in the store for.
Check the
Yeah,
expiry date. No,
No,
man.
expiry
you know
date
how
is
many,
fine.
You know how many
Yeah.
times we've done that on the show? I mean,
What?
like if anybody had to watch us, they think we're always drinking expired beer.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, like we had lockdown for I don't know how long, and the bottle
I
stores
guess.
have been having beer in their fridges for I don't know how long. Yeah, mscusi. Mscusi.
Oh my
You
God.
scuzzy again.
The listeners must love that. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it tastes like a lager, like just like a.
This to me tastes like a normal kind of beer you would get, like a lager, but it's got like 10% of a craft beer in it.
It definitely there is
a twang.
an
Tone.
overtone of something which is
Yeah.
nice and sweet, but the flatness is just killing me.
Yeah, the flatness is definitely ruining the experience. But yeah,
Mine's not that flat.
it doesn't taste. I mean, it doesn't taste super bitter like a normal lager.
Yeah.
So it's like I would say 60% bitter of what you'd expect a beer to taste like. But there's also like a little bit of a sweetness once you've swallowed.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely drink it.
I think if you wanted to go into craft beer stuff and you are still into your black label and whatever, this is a good starting point. This is like a starter crafter.
Do you know what this beer tastes like?
What?
Tastes like I want to do this.
Go, 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 go. Hey, there we go.
It kind of reminds me of
Just
a
like
better,
a normal lager that.
It tastes like a better
You were down.
version of Castle Light. So it's Castle Light with flavor. So
Yeah,
it's that
it's
light.
got a, it's got a little
nice
bit.
light.
It's like that, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like a Castle Light because Castle Light's not as like malty as this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's
like a
easy
black
drinking.
label light.
It just
It
tastes
is
like
kind of, yeah, there we go.
it
But,
mostly tastes like a normal beer to me.
It's a black label light, bro.
Yeah, I've
hey,
got-
bro.
I've got my black label light. That's pretty much the best.
Okay, out of 10, what would you give it, Jay?
out of 10. I thought we were going out of 5.
No, you out
You're
of 10.
out of 10. I'm out of
You're
10.
5.
We have to get the 10 out of our 2.
I will go. I'm going to go for 5.
All right, so like middle of the road.
Yeah,
kind of
middle.
vibe.
Very. It's nice, easy drinking.
Yeah.
I could definitely have more than one. If I would give it a little bit more, if it was carbonated, whether it's the beer or if it's old. But it's nice and easy, and yeah, nothing special, nothing disappointing.
Cool.
Yeah.
You go?
2.5. Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah, this is very middle of the road kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's nothing offensive. There's nothing bad about it. There's nothing amazing about it. It just tastes like a beer.
Yeah. So you gave it a 2.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3
Oh, wow.
Okay.
because I actually quite like it.
So 5.
Also, especially when I down the rest of it, you get a lot of flavor. I don't know.
That's what I mean. It's got something.
Yeah, you get I've got a nice aftertaste as well, and that is definitely a beer that I can drink many
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. This
So-
would be cool for a party.
But it doesn't blow my hair back.
No.
No.
And you
But it's
said
something
it
I
was,
would drink a lot
Yeah.
of.
and you said this wasn't too expensive for a
No,
craft.
it wasn't expensive at all
In the level of what?
in the level of craft beer.
No, but like comparing to the prices of other beers. Like say now a Castle Light. Is it the same, more, less? What?
No. It's more.
Okay,
It's
okay.
more.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be surprised
I mean-
if it was the same price. But I mean, also.
Yeah, look,
as we-
I'm not going to talk about
So
the
for-
price. I'm not
yeah.
going to say the exact
No.
price on air because
No,
I mean,
no,
that's
100%.
No,
But
so-
I mean, as I'm pretty sure it is imported from what I can see. So if it's cheap-ish. then
He
yeah.
also thought of trying to guess what kind of text it is.
Oh, yeah. No idea.
Okay, so ours is 5.5 out of 10, and he gives it a 5.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
kind of on the
Yeah,
same page
yeah.
there. Nice one. So on the mic cubic scale, we'll have to update that at some stage. We should get a nice graphic going where every single time we add a new beer, we'll show what previous beers we've done.
Yeah, I'll work on
Um,
that one.
You know, just to show that we actually are recording.
You
Because
should
we
have like
we
a
are recording
leaderboard.
the stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll get
like-
We do have a leaderboard.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's essentially
Oh,
what
nice.
it is.
It's basically an Excel sheet at the moment.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's
also
there it is.
Excel sheet that shows the number one,
Yeah.
you know, the top score, which is cool. But
Right.
yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to do that into some sort of graphic where we can show the listeners, show the watchers, listeners. It's a
If
video
any-
and audio podcast. If you want the audio, go to Spotify, Apple Music, and all that other shit.
I would say if anybody out there wants to assist us in creating a graphic for these videos, contact us.
Contact us.
Before they
Art's got
contact
enough
you.
on his plate.
Yeah, fuck it.
But yeah, man, it is. I mean, that was a great beer, I must say.
Not bad. Not bad.
But what we was talking about before I noticed that the glasses weren't chilled anymore. It's a weird one. Can't remember.
No.
But yeah. Dude, that was so funny, and I watched it back, and I still found it funny, even though it's like I was seeing it from a different angle.
But
It
you
was
checked
hilarious.
that I sent you a photo afterwards when I saw it on, like I put on YouTube on the Apple TV, and then our thumbnail popped up, and then the thumbnail right next to was this band, and the vocalist was on the thumbnail, and you also had Freddie's glove.
Oh yes,
And it was
I know,
like,
because the
what are the
Halloween. Yeah.
chances?
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy. That is true.
I'll try put up that picture here so you can see what I mean.
Oh, must say, thank you everybody for tuning into the previous episode, our little Halloween sorta special, where
One person
did us
dressed up.
all a solid, but also the pumpkin trick that was awesome, dude. There was some good content in there, and we got an uptick. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Everybody seems to be enjoying it. We're seeing more comments. We're seeing more likes on the videos.
Yeah.
So if you like the content, like the video, and hit subscribe, and then also hit us up at Gareth_PGH on Instagram and whatnot. What's your handle?
Jared's World.
Jared's World. There we go. I should just call you Jared's World. Your name's hella long, dude. For the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Jared Ronenberg.
Yeah, you don't have to say my full name.
Yeah, I'll say Jared's World.
Yeah.
Let's go Jared's World going forward. But I mean, I love these shoes, dude.
I've got 3 pairs of these. These
But
are
these aren't ones that I've seen.
No, these are Cons ERX 260s. I've got 3 pairs, 3 different colorways. The one that you've seen before was the canvas and leather one, which was mostly black, white, and red. This is the all leather with black, and it's got purple and green and blue on it, as you can see in the long tongue.
Hornets colors.
Yeah, and the other colorway I've got is the all white one, with it's got blue and lime green and pink on it as well. And that one's my favorite.
Dude, they're so rad. They are
Yeah.
so
cool. Actually, when you walked in, I saw them and I was like, those are cool.
Yeah.
Jeez, you came fully decked out. Love the parental advisory explicit content.
Yeah,
You got the little badge there, and then you've also got the
green.
fuck you.
I see the green.
Ready for outrageous,
aspect,
bro?
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
also we didn't do outrageous last week because we just completely forgot.
Yeah, we had such a cool chin wag the whole
Yeah,
time.
it was cool. We were flapping them gums.
Yeah. We've got to get those catchphrases out there. bro.
Flapping
Start
gums since
pushing
2020.
the merch.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, exactly. We need to push merch. Tell us if you want merch. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
We will do merch though. We are going to do merch. I really also, for when I'm like sitting doing meetings, I want a Papa G's mug. Papa G's house mug.
We should also have a Jared's World shirt as well.
He's got his own logo.
I know he's got his own logo.
Yeah.
but we should have one.
I'm on it. I'll sort that out.
Yeah,
soon,
bro. Every
hopefully.
single time you're on, we'll chuck your logo there, bro.
You're Brofrost.
Let's go.
This is how we do things around here. Oh shit.
I'm still enamored by those Converse, dude. It's the first time I've seen those. Those
Yeah.
are awesome.
Long tongues.
Yeah, I dig them.
Dig 'em.
I mean, I haven't even whipped out my Jordans yet.
Your Air Force Ones. No,
No, my
your
Jordan
ones.
ones. I've got
Yeah.
black and yellow Jordan ones, and I just never found an
You
opportunity.
wore them
to
once
wear
for a braai.
I
And
did,
that was
but
just
for
to
a
show
braai.
us. So
Yeah.
I was happy that you wore
I mean,
them.
I'm trying to find an occasion where I can like actually wear them because I mean they're pretty.
I've been
Rad
wanting
shoes.
to get like a pair of Jordans, but I can't justify the 2,500 rand
No,
for a pair of shoes.
Even me.
Yeah, I
justify
can
it,
for
man.
Jordan ones. I mean, I've been looking for a pair, I think since 2019, end of 2019, and I haven't been able to find one in South Africa, and I've seen so many colorways, and every single time I want one, I go check the website, boom, gone. Or they don't have the bigger size. They don't
Yeah.
have size 12, and this time I checked, and they had a size 12. I went to the store. They didn't have at the store. They sent me to another store, and I went driving physically, and I was like, I need these shoes, and I got them, and I'm so happy. And I've worn them once because they're so. I feel like they're so sacred to
Yeah.
me, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever had that with shoes? Like, I mean,
I've got that
those
with these
Converse-
ones.
Yeah, exactly.
These this colorway and the white ones I wear rarely, and I bash the other ones because I want these things to last as long as possible because they're like really fitted quite nicely and they're finished really nicely, and I don't want to ruin them.
For sure.
Especially the white ones. The white ones are like my, like before Labor Day shoes.
Yo, I mean, I just like the fact that you're wearing them for the show, bro. Like,
I
go.
was bashing. I was wearing the other ones like too often. I thought I'd give these a go.
Yeah, no, those are awesome. I'm wearing shoes that I haven't worn in
I
years.
must tell you the awesome thing. These were retail 2.5, and when I first saw them, and I was like, geez, I dig those. I'm not like a color sneaker kind of guy, but I dig these. It's like 90s basketball,
Says
that kind
the guy
of thing.
with the bright green thing.
That's what I get from a bro. But like shoes,
awesome.
I've never really liked colors on shoes. So I saw these and I was like, these are rad. And I researched them and I was like checking it out. But there was like 2.5. And then I went past the shop again and they were on sale for 750.
What?
Wow.
So I
That's a
bought
big
these.
drop.
I bought these ones for 750. And then I was like, yeah, but they got the white ones as well. So I went the next day and then I bought the white ones. And then they took them off the shelf, and then the other black ones that I normally wear, they were there also for 750. So I went like, okay, those ones I'm going to wear a lot. These ones I'm going to save. So I bought like 3 pairs for less than one, really.
Dude, that's insane.
I'm exactly the same. I buy multiple pairs of a specific shoe that I really enjoy as well. I've got about 4 or 5 pairs of Vans because I've got the original, then I've got the blue, and then I've got the red, and then I've got the pure black. Yeah, I love because they are so comfortable.
Yeah.
I had a pair of Nike high tops. I can't remember the model name, but I love them so much that I wish I actually bought another pair to wear once those were fucked. And they were totally fucked. Like,
So technically, you're like a little bit of a sneakerhead, low key.
very low key. I'm not like a sneaker collector, but if there's something that I like,
But you
especially with the
appreciate a good
style,
sneaker.
I appreciate a good sneaker. But the main thing is that if it has to be comfortable, because I've got like I have to have a raise in my left shoe, so normally I have to go for high
I was waiting
tops.
for you to get to this, dude.
So I'll normally try and find high tops, and cool high tops is difficult to find because high tops aren't ever that popular, So when you find a good pair of high tops that feel comfortable with the raise in it, then that's like a unicorn sneaker for me.
Explain it, because I did hear this and I thought it was on the pod. So I don't know if you guys have brought this up.
We
but
have. We have in the
you
past.
So it's because of why that you have to wear.
I want to see if I can find the X-ray and explain it at the same time. So like when I was young, when I was in my teens in high school, my dad saw me doing a gangster limp. He thought I was doing a gangster limp, and he was like cucking me. I was like, "Why are you walking like that?" It's like, like why are you walking like a dick?
Your dad jumping at stereotypes.
So I'm
bro.
like walking like what?
This is natural, yo.
And he said that I'm limping, and then we went like, okay, and then we saw a picture when I was like 5. And I was standing next to my brother by a swimming pool, and my one hip was already dipping down. So then, and this was when I was like 15. So my dad goes like, okay, that limp is from something. So we took me to a specialist, and they found that I had a thing called Perth's disease.
Perth's disease.
Perth, like Perth, Australia. Yeah, but it's
wow.
Perth's disease, or some people say Perthes disease.
Okay.
And in your femur, there's like that ball socket joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
The head of the femur, what basically is that the blood flow into the head of the femur stops, so then as you're growing, yeah, in a way. So as you're growing, everything else in the bone is growing except this bit. So it starts shifting like this.
Wow.
And it also has a tendency to shatter because there's no blood flow, and that's what happened with me. So now it's like on my good side, I've got like a ball and socket, which is like round, and then the other one is like a square shape with the square head.
Jeepers.
And that little bit that sticks out of your femur is like higher up by 3 centimeters, and that's how they measure the height difference. So they measured from my ankle bone to that bit on my hip, and then while I was on the table, they said, "Yeah, he's got 3 centimeters of difference." They took a scan, X-rays, and they said, "Yeah, he's got Perthes disease."
Wow.
And I had to stop doing basketball and all types of sports in school. So I was flaunting that doctor's note like that. Sorry, can't do PE, doctor's orders.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was from that. So that's how I got the 3 centimeters difference.
Cheapest. Interesting.
Used to.
But the 3 centimeters is not is the
3
raise.
centimeters is a lot
That's
if
a
you think
lot.
about it. Eh?
The raise
That's
is
huge.
not to level up your hips. It's actually to stabilize and keep your back, your spine
Yeah,
straight.
yeah.
That's what it. And for the longest time, I didn't do anything about it. And only in about 2013, 2012, that's when I started getting my shoes raised. And then I was like, no, I don't want to keep getting my shoes raised because I like the shoes. So I would get like Nike Cortez because they're foam soles.
Yeah.
And then I was going to go to
Those are rad shoes, by the way.
the most comfortable
Yeah,
soles
so
ever.
rad.
And then when I went to Iceland, I had the hiking boots, and I went to the prostheticist lady that I went to, and then I said, "Can't we just build a raise to put in the shoe?" So she made that, and now I
It's
use
an
that in
orthotic.
everything.
An
Yeah,
orthotic. So you got an orthotic made.
yeah. So I got it in there, and so that's what I mean. Like I have some low top shoes that it works, but some are just too low and makes
Yeah,
your foot like
can't.
a slipper.
So is it right leg or left leg?
My left leg.
And does that affect your drumming at all?
No, what it does affect is that because the razor is my shoe, my knee sits higher than the other one. So
Interesting.
I've actually been playing in my socks recently, like more now.
Yeah.
And it just means that my hi-hats and my left pedal is like just a little bit closer than
Interesting.
what it normally would be.
Yeah, I
Other than
suppose
that,
you could manage the deficit with distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's, dude, actually that mathematically that works out
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get any, I'd say disadvantage with any abilities. The only thing is that if I can't run, I can't do any running, and anything that's
Because that'll
impact.
damage your hip at the same time.
I wasn't allowed to do any impact sports, and impact is like basketball is a big one.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're running and stopping, and
jumping,
moving and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you do that too much, and if it
I never
degrades,
knew
you can
played
break your hip.
basketball before.
In high school, I did. I mean,
Yeah, but still, you played basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't play basketball. I thought, guys. I mean, listen, we're gonna be honest here for a second. I thought basketball was a lame sport when I was playing rugby as a young kid. I was like, rugby is everything. Rugby is my life. I'm gonna be a professional rugby player, and that's how I'm gonna make my. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Well, not really jock. I was a little bit of a misfit jock. I was an alternative kid that enjoyed playing sport, basically. And yeah, it was crazy. And yeah, dude.
I played basketball.
And now I'm like, basketball? I mean, all day, every day.
Dude,
It's like
basketball was
my
rad.
YouTube.
Basketball in high school was rad. But the sport that I actually really
So you got a
enjoyed playing,
good jump shot.
I was getting there, but then I had to stop. You know,
Okay.
like you only start developing your skills when you're in your mid-teens if you play it
Yeah.
every year, and that's when I had to stop. But I was getting really good at hockey, and hockey was my favorite sport.
Yeah, there
to
we go.
play.
That's the sport.
And I was always played the right wing, so I was doing the most running up and down.
Nice.
And then when I got that note and I had to tell my teacher coach that I couldn't play anymore, he was like super upset because I was in standard 8. He was priming me to
Standard
be in the,
8, I love how he
yeah.
says
Yeah.
that. Eh? That just shows your age, bro.
yeah, grade 10. He was priming me to be in the first team already. So I was a very good midfielder. He put me as a center forward, and I sucked. And he was like, okay, his strength
Right
is
wing.
running the game and not scoring. So that I was a right wing, and I did a ton of running.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it, and he was like super bummed. And I was super bummed because I really liked it. So then they made me become a surfing judge. So I went to go to the ASRO,
Now,
which is
see,
the
now that-
Association of Surf Riding Officials. I got a certification, and I
Nice.
was judging surfing at high school.
Well, I mean, I mean, do you surf though? Because I mean, you have to be a surfer to be able to judge surfing, surely.
Not really. I mean, like this. I mean, it helps with your judging. But
I mean,
the thing is,
I guess you could be like the style judge. You can judge by how good it looks.
yeah. But like when we went there, we had to go through exams.
Yeah.
And there are certain moves. There are certain moves that you judge against.
Yeah, cutbacks,
And
re-entries, all that.
all
shit.
that kind of stuff. And a cutback was, and the maximum score is like out of 10. And a cutback, depending on how good it is, the average is about 3 out of 10 points for a cutback. And then like each heat, you add up
Okay.
all the scores from all the tricks that they do.
Okay.
So like you get to know what is considered a difficult move or easy or just like a points harvesting. Like
But you can
do
also
cutbacks
see-
to get points
No,
and
yeah,
points and
but
points.
I
You can
mean,
also
like,
see how
you can also
difficult.
see, yeah.
But also, as
Yeah.
you're saying, like, don't you have to be a surfer? But I mean, the UFC judges aren't UFC fighters.
No, they're not UFC fighters, but they have backgrounds.
Yeah, no,
in
but
certain-
that's the
Yeah.
same. Oh, yeah, but I mean, like, I know, like, your rugby judges, like, some of them played professional, but most of them don't. They are just professional judges. So, like, they've learned the sport and they know how to judge it. So it's,
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of all similar.
that's a very, very fair point.
Yeah.
I've only ever given a 10 once when I was a judge. And it was my school, which was Muizenberg. We were surfing against Camps Bay. And I think we were on 4th Beach in Clifton. And it was storming. And it was fucking cold and super windy. So, like, all the judges from both schools are sitting in a row on the beach, like almost like shoulder to shoulder. And we're watching everyone surf. And the one guy, Matthew, I think it was Matthew King. I forget his surname. He already had South African colors by that weekend. And there was just tubes like pushing, and like everyone was trying to get tubes because that's like a 10. And then he went into a tube, and then everyone was like watching, and then everyone just stopped breathing. They were like, it's like he hasn't come out yet, and then he just like blasts out the other end of the tube, and all the judges, both schools were like, yeah, and we're high fiving each other, and then we all went like 10, right? Yeah, and everyone puts down 10, and then he came on, and everyone from both schools just tackled him. It was like, that was amazing. Like, that was really cool. I mean, the surfing crowd was so rad. It was really awesome.
I mean, if you're thinking about Muizenberg and Camps Bay, those are the kids that are in Muizenberg and Camps Bay.
Yeah.
So like, surfing must be huge.
Yeah,
like,
it was a very big
So,
sport. That's why they said like
we
go
were more
do that.
inland schools.
Yeah.
No,
Playing rugby on the-
the only sport I did in high school was surfing.
Is
So,
it?
Yeah.
And we had a surfing team, but I mean, I suppose the only, because there were like always only like 8 surfers or 6 surfers. That's like it was, and there was across the board throughout the entire school. So it wasn't a very big sport,
Yeah.
but it was still a sport. I mean, I remember Galen Hossack. He was the captain of the surf team, and he was, I mean, he took off time at school to go and shout out West Coast Wolves. And shout out LP Show.
Yeah, he gave up surfing. He was going to become professional, and he took on music instead.
I wanted.
No. I don't know if that's the full story. I mean, I remember we talked about hearsay evidence the other day, right? You can't like say something that someone else has told you. You have to hear it from the horse's mouth.
True. It's
Did
very
he tell
true.
you personally?
He did not tell me personally.
Oh,
but
well, hearsay evidence, baby.
I've got a really
Galen can clear that
okay,
up.
sure. Galen, reach out because
If-
I mean, he's a fucking sick musician.
No,
I mean,
no, he
LP
is.
Show. My brother and let me give you a quick story. My brother-in-law and I, Jason, I used to work with him in advertising. He was the head honcho, and I was one of his client service guys, an account manager, and we used to spend months of like once a week, twice a week, 4:00 in the morning, surf videos, but with 6 soundtracks.
Yeah.
And LP Show was on this specific surf DVD, and it was every single time we used to play that DVD on
Yeah.
repeat, and that one specific song from LP Show, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. Great band,
Yeah.
and then now transition to West Coast Wolves, but there was a band in between, wasn't there?
Not as far as I remember. I remember going LP Show, then he.
But West Coast Wolves are banging.
West Coast Wolves are
And
epic.
they're doing
Wasn't
like
he also in Crossfire Collision? I don't think
No.
he was there.
No, it
no,
wasn't.
that's Matty James, Devin Martindale, Sean Devey.
James
Yeah, there
McGregor.
was a period of time where Galen just wasn't playing music.
Yeah, he
I think
didn't play for a
after
while.
LP Show, I think he didn't give it up, but like you didn't hear much from him
Yeah.
in
But
terms
their
of
music is
music.
so rad,
no, it
dude.
was so cool.
Also, they've just teased something there with the bongos with the blood on it. It was
West Coast Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're bringing out a whole new album,
Yeah.
which is coming out
I was
soon.
chatting
So-
to
so
Megs.
let's-
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
Let's transition quickly. That's a good talking point to Whatchagot.
This is how we do things around here. Oh shit.
Don't you see an uptick on social media with bands and all that kind of stuff?
Not
right
me,
now?
because I'm not on social.
Okay. Well,
I'm definitely seeing a change in
listen,
speed.
But
Don't
I
you
know
want to
some
get an
stuff.
Instagram account? Just an it's only pictures,
I know some stuff that's happening.
but only pictures.
Only pictures.
Yeah, you can promote the show. You can just promote the show and just be Arthur Carlos Pereira.
Because
third.
Diego Pereira.
Diego Pereira the third.
Doesn't even remember your name.
Well, it's a long ass name, dude.
Yeah.
And that can be your pseudonym.
Yeah,
Because
I chatted to Migs, and West Coast Wolves is releasing something. There's obviously a Live at Midnight's video that should be coming pretty soon. With Dawn are going to be recording some stuff. What else? There was something else that I heard about as well. Shit, I can't remember.
Okay. Well, Springbok Nude Girls has just released an album.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Didn't she?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
no.
So we need to check that out.
Yeah.
Marine has just released an album. We need to check that out.
I can say Matthew Mole's releasing a new song on the 12th.
Matthew Mole.
Yeah,
on the
which
12th.
is a banger as well.
Yeah, we need to have. There's got to be a local segment where we've got to check out all the music we can and
So this
do
one,
that.
Jeremy Loops is going to be playing at Cafe Rue pretty soon.
I think, yeah, I did see that. But I mean, it's been so great actually seeing shows picking up slowly. I know Cape Town, we don't really have venues, so it's all these Cafe Rues or wine farms and stuff. But I mean, still, there are shows happening, which is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's rad. And
Yeah.
and I've heard. I mean, we spoke about it last week. The Daisy Jones bar.
Yeah.
Definitely want to go check that out.
Yep.
Just to go watch again.
Yeah.
You know. And maybe we can do some weird road shit and record some videos for the channel.
Yeah. Totes.
Don't you think it'll be fun? We do like
it's fun.
videos on the road and stuff. Add something different. I mean,
I'd
the
watch.
numbered podcast can still remain the same. It'll be
Yeah.
sick. Subscribe to Bubba G's House. Click the notification bell at Bubba G's House _ whatever. Yeah. So what's that?
Well, yeah.
No, I was just bringing in the subscribe thing.
I was also like, yeah.
So what you got for this week? Remember we reviewed the Jake Bacon
yeah.
video.
Yeah.
So I decided to go listen to the album,
So did I.
and we gave it a second spin just before this podcast started.
Okay.
I
I only gave it one.
interesting,
Very,
Interesting.
very interesting.
heavy couple.
They don't know
songs.
what you're talking about, though.
Oh, Limp Bizkit Still Sucks.
Yes.
The new album by Limp Bizkit that was released on Halloween, 31st of October.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just assuming you guys watch every episode.
Yeah.
It's fair to assume.
It's fair to assume, right?
Yeah.
But
Okay, so on your second spin.
listen, Limp Bizkit is a very large reason as to what I am today.
Okay.
Because when I was a young, impressionable boy in high school that had just gone into standard 9 or 8 or grade 8.
Yeah, see, he gives me shit for
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
I don't
standard
know.
Then he
I don't know.
does,
But I'm the same. You've got it in my head. Grades.
Fucking
What
tool.
is when you get to high school is grade 8. So grade 9, standard 7.
Just add 2 to
Yes.
whatever standard.
Shut up. But yeah. So, and Fred Durst had me wrapped around
Yep.
his little finger for years. I just thought I worshipped the ground he walked on. It took me 3 years to find a New Era ball cap, New York, red with the bass, the whole bang shoot. I knew every word to every song. I knew everything about Limp Bizkit. And I always wanted to fulfill a lifelong dream to either be in a band or front a band, or I still haven't fulfilled that yet because I still want to front a band. But that was my inspiration as a kid.
Yeah, and now listening to this.
I still dig it because I still have that nostalgic feeling. I
Okay.
still get those nostalgic sounds from them. Listen, it's a riff, like you say, a riff salad last week. There's some tasty riffs in there, some very cool MCing, and the production is pretty decent. It just kind of tapers off a little too soon for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was a bit of a dip in the middle, and it's the same
No,
thing that I told
and
you.
the dip doesn't really end. There's a couple of harsh bits,
Yeah,
But then,
but
yeah,
it just
that's
it gets really soft after like the third or fourth track.
yeah, it's like what I told you with the Significant Other, with those tracks in the middle that had like the guest vocals on. It just like drops out. You can skip,
Yeah.
but it felt like there was a lot of them there.
Yeah.
And then there was that one track where he was basically just ripping into himself.
Love hate or love the hate.
Yeah, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this Limp Bizkit sucks.
Yeah, but I
and
kind of with the
that-
other guy, he was dueling with the other
that
guy.
would have been rad if that was like 30 or 40 seconds, not like 4 minutes.
The whole album's like 31 minutes.
Yeah, but that little track where he was basically
Yeah,
just
yeah.
ripping into
Just sing
themselves.
himself. It's
If it was like
self-deprecation.
a short kind of thing, then it would be a rad bit, but it felt like it went on too long.
But that's so Limp Bizkit though.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. They make things go on too long.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Okay, that's what I'm
saying. That they are self-deprecating people.
Yeah,
like
they have to be now because that's
no, they always have been.
yeah, but now more so
I think they sticking
because
to their
like
usual
they've been going for the last I don't know how many years. They've just been ripped into by everyone saying that they absolutely
Is it
suck and they're
outrageous?
worthless. And now they're playing it up, which they are using it as like, oh, they are being meta about themselves. That's cool. If they figured out a way to, that's how it comes across to me. But it's not like a bad thing. It's like it's nice for people to be able to
So
take the
do you
piss on
think
themselves.
does that turn you off as a listener?
No, that doesn't turn me off as a listener. I'll tell you what it does.
Okay.
What does turn me off? Programmed drums.
Yeah, you can hear it. Yeah.
You can hear it fucked
Yeah.
up. And I was like, I would love to hear John Otto because he was out of the band for a while. And I was like,
You're still promoting the.
oh, but he has to. He's in the band. I mean, but that's the other thing that
wasn't he
struck
sick
me.
or
It's like
whatever?
how many drummers are actually so comfortable
How do you
with
know
the
for a
fact,
fact that
they're-
it's
I mean, like,
programmed?
yeah, but that's the thing I was thinking
Where's
to
your
myself.
evidence?
Dude, you can fucking hear it. you can so hear it.
Okay.
It's like how many drummers actually are so comfortable that they are able to be like, yeah, cool, I want to put my name on something that I haven't played on.
Which is weird for a band that size.
Yeah,
To
and-
not record a
And
live
a
drum.
lot of the energy in the recordings of the previous one, especially Chocolate Starfish,
yeah.
was
Wow.
that
No,
was
you-
live.
no, you
drums.
could hear it.
Significant
Yeah.
Other was
Yeah.
just raw as
You
can
can
be.
you can hear it, like everything bleeds into each other.
Yeah.
You can hear the energy, like you can't replicate. I mean, I'm sure you'd be able to replicate that if you just took the gates off every single sample that comes through. And it's like if you hit the kick drum, it's going to make the snare buzz, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing drums, you feeling it, and then you either hold back and it gives everything a different sound. And if you lay into it, it gives it a different sound. With samples, they're not there yet.
Yeah.
So when you're hitting a cymbal, if you're hitting it too hard, you'll choke it. And you can't get that with samples. So
Yeah.
when you hear the drums, you go like, that's fucking sample, because it sounds, for lack of a better word, linear in its
So you don't
execution.
feel like there's not. Do you not feel like there's enough compromise
Well, I mean, also I go with
between
him.
the two? I mean,
No, dude.
the average listener. But remember, you're a drummer. You've
Yeah,
been
but
doing
also
this for a long time.
but that's also the big thing about it. I mean, the average listener.
So is John Otto though, dude.
Who cares about the average listener? You want people, you want to have whatever you push out to be proud of. I was having this conversation earlier with Carolyn about freelance work.
Shout
And
out
like,
Carolyn.
Hey Carolyn, it's like freelance work that people would be like, just put it in and it's fine. And you go like, no, but my name is going on this thing. I
Yeah.
don't want it to just be fine. I want it
Yeah.
to be fine.
Yeah.
I want it to be good. Or at least something worth. Is it portfolio worthy? Is the sign that she's got by her desk. So if you are a drummer, especially John Otto, which
Yeah.
has got such a great style
Yeah.
and sound,
Nice.
and
That's
then
what
you
I was
release a new record with him on it, and it's programmed. I mean, it's like,
You could tell that they were trying to emulate his specific sound.
Yeah, but that's-
but they
what
didn't even
Yeah,
get
see,
that.
but that's
No,
what
there
I'm saying.
was.
Like,
There were
he
the
is
ghost
such a
notes and stuff.
unique drummer. I mean, yeah, he's a unique drummer where you will not, there is no samples that plays like him.
Yeah, and most
So
drummers you
it
can't.
is going to lose it because he is so unique. And you would hear straight away if it's him or not.
I mean, like the modern stuff, it's gotten to the point where, like, I mean, I don't want to say it as a general, because it's never a general. There's always,
Yeah, yeah.
But like, if you hear a new band and the drums are programmed, that already sets like a precedent. It's like the drums are going to be super tight, and then that's how you know it. And then you watch them play, and you go like, okay, the drum is good because he played like the recording, or you go like, they weren't so tight. You know, you want to hear like the guy in the recording because it adds a little bit of energy to it. And I always refer to this one album from this band called A.
Fuck. Why do you? I mean, you know the weirdest name bands.
Now, there's a band called A, and they had a record called Hi-Fi Serious, something like that. And but they made their name A, so it'd be first on the CD shelves. Just means that it's impossible to search for them.
Yeah.
Try it. But that is the drummer on there. I mean, they're just like a rock band, but the drummer adds so much energy, and you can hear it because of the room, and there's a guy actually playing it. Like if he's laying into something, the cymbals are being hit that little bit harder, and you hear it.
Yeah.
If they program it, it would just sound like everything else, and it's got like no edge. That's the thing I don't like about programmed drums. It's too clinical and clear, and it just makes for like, what can we do? And then you just add in everything. It's like all these crazy drum patterns because you want the guitar parts to come out, but like if you're just taking the drummer out of it, you're losing a bit of soul, and most general audiences won't notice. But people that do know will be like, I kind of wish the drummer was playing because I wanted to hear him play.
But I mean, look, we're having a friendly banter here, but on the flip side, if the drums, for instance, are kind of simple, you know, if they're just straightforward drums, you know, Limp Bizkit, they're not playing extremely intricate drum beats and fills and stuff like that. Is there not a benefit of a compromise there?
No, I don't see any benefits to programmed drums. I don't.
See, I would go for like your pop stuff, like let's just say Justin Bieber, where it's background, it's just supposed to be a part of the music. Yes, it's great
because it's electronic based, and that's what you expect to hear.
Where like, you got someone like John Otto who is unique, and what he's playing is not technical, but it's still his feel, and it is actually still quite technical. Yeah. And he's got that feel that we all know from their earlier albums that
John Otto!
Yeah, and you take that away, like, and you can hear in this album, it did not have that feel of him at all.
It sounded like sounded like another band with a programmed drum kit. That's what it sounded like. And that's what bummed me out the most. I mean, with most modern bands with programmed drums, I'm like, I've heard it a million times, I'm not really that interested. But when they were coming out with the new thing, it's like Limp Bizkit is back pretty much. Yeah. And it's like, cool, I want to hear John Otto again, see what he's doing now. And it's this program I felt gypped.
Well, yeah, look, I understand your fury behind it. I completely understand that. But it's also like, for me, recording live drums is very difficult, very intricate. You need a specialist in order to do it.
But they've done it before.
And they've got the money to do it.
They being who? Say you're in Cape Town. We're in the midst of a pandemic. A lot of places have closed down.
But now we're speaking about two different things, though. We're speaking about Limp Bizkit to Cape Town.
Yeah.
It's like,
sure.
Budget versus no budget.
But at the same time, they've got to look after a budget as well. They probably cut their budget by a lot.
Dude.
No, I'm sure they did, yeah.
Dude, Mr. Bungle released the CD.
But wait, I want to first hear your answer to that question.
Go.
Is they save a lot of money by taking the drum recordings out of it. Do you know what I'm saying? I know it's inconvenient, it sounds cuck for the drummer, but sometimes they need to make business decisions, and I think a lot of the budget goes to recording the drums.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm not supporting it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying from a business perspective.
I totally understand, because the metal these days have set like a level, and it's getting to the point where no human can play like that.
Yeah.
And that's what people have grown accustomed to. So it's like, we got to have the programmed drums because that's what the sound is now.
Yeah.
But then again, you look at Mr. Bungle that released a CD, and Dave Lombardo is in it, and they tracked live drums, and it sounds fucking huge, and it sounds awesome, purely because the dude is playing and you can hear it's him, and it's heavy as fuck, and it's real drums. So it's not like budget and all that stuff. It's like they made a plan, and it still sounds like him, and it's still got the energy. What's your excuse? Did you have like $10 to make this record?
When
That's
did
that's tough. I mean, I suppose, yeah, but that's. I mean, I know you're speaking to
Dave
the level of musician.
when did Dave Lombardo join Mr. Bungle?
Well, it's Dave Lombardo, Mike Patton. Fuck the Anthrax guy, man. Why can't I remember his name?
Scott
now?
Ian.
Scott Ian.
Oh yeah.
And Trace Bruins and Trevor Dunn from.
I never knew that Dave Lombardo was even a part of it.
Yeah, he
that's so
was
cool.
brought in there because what they did was they re-recorded all their demos.
Yeah.
From before Mr. Bungle,
Yeah.
first release. So it was all their thrashy shit. So and because Mike Patton played in Phantomas with Dave Lombardo,
Yeah.
they got him in there, and you must hear it, dude. It sounds so awesome.
Jeez, I had no idea.
And just because it's Dave Lombardo, can you imagine how shit
Yeah.
it would be if his drums were programmed? You'd
He
be
would
like,
never- I don't
why
think he
is
would
Dave
ever do it."
Lombardo's? It doesn't sound like him at all.
No, he would never do it.
He would never.
He
do
would
it.
never do it.
So it's like, and John Otto. I mean, John Otto is not on the level of Dave Lombardo, but he's got his own style, as you say.
Yeah.
So why did he allow it?
Yeah.
I mean, they
We're not
they
Limp
might have
Bizkit, so
made
we
a-
don't know.
They might have made a plan. I mean, like you go like just practice for 4 months and record all the drums in 2 days.
Yeah.
Instead
But
of
as you said,
spend 5
didn't
months.
you said that maybe he has a sickness or a disease or
Who's
something?
this?
John
Didn't you
Otto.
say John Otto?
Yeah, I think he's been on some sort of sick leave or
So
something
that
like that. I
could
don't
be
know.
why.
I don't know.
It
Maybe
could
it's
actually
just
be the
come right.
reason.
That could be. I mean, that could be why.
But we could labor the subject for a very, very long
Yeah,
time.
we could.
I mean, you know where I stand.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%.
It's like I
100%.
would love to hear the people
But
play.
it's a nice debate to have, though. That's why we're having it.
Yeah, and often before when I was in the chat, bro, when I would
Yeah,
say
exactly.
that, it sounded like I'm being like super hardcore, but all I'm doing is I'm just standing
You're just
up
being
for the,
you.
Yeah.
I'm
And
standing
you-
up for the
100%.
musicians.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to hear you play.
The man that used to be in the chat, the man who's now on the decks, the man who is now. I mean, can you imagine the intro?
Exactly.
But yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's why I love having these debates because also hit us up in the comments if
what do you
if
think?
you what do you think?
Why is that
Because
camera off?
we're pretty neutral. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's
Let's
time to
take a-
take a little bit of break.
This is how we do things around here. Oh shit.
I don't know what happened there, but what I was basically what I said earlier was like Mr. Bungle released the CD and Dave Lombardo was in it, and they tracked all the drums. And why couldn't John Otto do that? And then you said something about maybe John Otto was sick. Don't know. Maybe that's why they didn't have real drums.
And then I said we can labor the subject forever. It's a great conversation always to have for
Yeah, correct.
people interested in making music, people looking to make music, all that kind of stuff. So it's always a good conversation to have, I believe.
Yeah.
And we will always have it because you're a drummer, I'm a guitarist, you're an engineer and a guitarist.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, we'll always have these debates, and I dig them because I still, at the end of the day, sometimes am like, I like the compromise. The compromise sometimes is that it's quicker, it's easier. Boom.
At the end of the day, if you're South African, 100% agree, and I totally understand why. International at a level of Limp Bizkit, it's not worth it.
There we go. Okay.
Cool.
I've never
been against it, but if you've got
No,
the budget,
sure.
do it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why I said high five for the 6 crime. This is
And
what
edit.
was not intended. Timestamp that. But yeah, man. Listen, we are fighting time right here.
Yeah. Cool.
As you know, fuck Eskom.
Yes. Fuck. Let's go up that.
So yeah, those guys suck big time. I mean, wasn't there a new CEO like 2 fucking minutes ago, and now all of a sudden,
Yay!
oh my God.
There it is.
Are you kidding
And
me?
they were actually on time. Can you believe
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Welcome to South Africa. Eskom had other ideas for us tonight, but I hope you guys enjoyed the show that we were able to get out tonight. We're not going to scrap the shit because we love it. We want to put it out for you guys. We'll see you next time on a full episode of Papa G's House. We're going to sit in the dark, drink some beers, and have a good time. But in the meantime, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell and comment, like the video, hit us up, tell us what you think. It's good to be back. We'll see you next week.